We're going to make a timeline using Corgi boards and our Corgi Clipper Chrome extension. It's incredibly fast and easy. First, create the board. We're going to create a timeline for Prince's career, and boards are saved to Google Sheets in Google Workbooks. We'll just make a workbook for the entire project. And then I'm going to open the board. Next, I'm going into settings because I want to make it pretty. We're going to switch to checklist view, which is going to make this easier down the road. And let's set that board background, of course, to purple, top row, deep purple, and the lower cards white. And now I've got a beautiful board. In a timeline, I make that first column for sources, get my biblio going, and I always start with Google Gemini. And this is, of course, the power behind Corgi AI. So I'm going to come up here and ask Corgi AI, when was Prince Rogers Nelson born? And you'll see that while that is going, I can keep working with my board. I'm going to go ahead and add a couple columns for decades here. And that first decade, of course, is the 50s. So I'm going to copy this whole exchange, and this is going to become my first citation document, and this is Corgi. I'm going to create a Google document, a Google Doc, right from the board. It's going to create that for me. I can just paste in, and that's going to become my document. I can close this anytime because Google has already created a link to the card for me, and because Corgi has already created a link to the card for me, and of course this is Corgi, so it's been folded for me as well. Now I'm going to switch to some research, and of course there's many timelines for Prince, and this is where we're going to switch to that Corgi Clipper, and it's so fast. Alright, so to install the Corgi Clipper, you're just going to go to the sandwich menu on your board. You're going to see Corgi Clipper. It takes you to the Chrome Web Store, and then you can just add it to Chrome. So here's our first timeline document. This already looks useful. So I always start by just opening the Clipper. It's grabbing the name of the article and the link, and I'm just going to let me make sure that this is my latest board. Yes, Prince Timeline. I'm just going to send it to sources. Great, and then create a card. And just this once, we'll go back and view board, and you see there I've got that second card there, so I'm already building that out. I can manually add cards as well, and this is where I'm going to show you that awesome hack. In a timeline, I love to timestamp. So he was born on June 7th, 1958. I love to timeline because it's going to make timestamp because it's going to make sorting so easy. So I'm in the States, so I'm doing year, month, day. You might do year, day, month. Just keep it consistent and always start with the year. And in this instance, I'm going to attach for my reference document, of course, my Google Gemini Google Doc. We're not duplicating anything. These are just amazing links and bookmarks that make everything so fast and easy in Corgi. So the first thing I'm seeing here, having created this source card, is here's my second citation for that birth date. Right back to the Corgi Clipper, and I'm going to go back to the 50s column. I'm not going to create a new card. I'm going to add this link to the existing card. And if we take a quick look again, you'll see I now have both of my citations for that date. All right, what else do we have? We've got 1978, the debut album. And I'm going to turn off the page title. We don't need to add that. And if there's not a specific date, tip 2, go ahead and do that 0000 so that everything sorts the same. We'll find another support for that and I don't have a column for the 70s yet, so I'm just going to click New Column, 1970s, just like that. Create a new card, and I'm going to click away, keep it moving. Purple Rain, 1984. So I can do this in any order that I want to, because I'm going to be able to sort it incredibly easy when I'm done with all of my research using Corgi. And again, I don't have a 1980s column, so creating that and saving that. All right, so we could keep researching on this awesome site for a while. Let's go to another site here. Interactive Timeline, we love it. Here's that birth date again. And so wrote his first song at age 7. That sounds great. So I'm going to highlight that. Now remember, normally that's going to be passed straight into the clipper, but not every site lets us do that. So in this instance, I'm going to go ahead and copy, turn off that page title, paste, age 7, it's somewhere between, somewhere around 1965. I don't have that hard date yet. So for my timestamp, I'm just going to do, and I'll add a question mark in there so I can search for stuff I definitely have to go verify. And this can go into the 60s. And now I can create that card. And just a reminder, I want to add this as a source. Order doesn't matter. It's Corgi. I can send any card anywhere at any time. And then finally, this is an awesome looking timeline. So I've got the national television debut, 1980, January 8th. So we're going to go ahead and add that one. Remember, we're going to put our timestamp. So imagine after you've gone through all of your sources, sending this to the 80s, and done all of that research, and just a reminder, I want to send this just clean as a source back to my source list. So now I've done all of my research, and I'm going to go back and view my board. First thing is, I can right click and close those tabs to the right, because I can get back to any of those using the links on the board. Second, you're seeing how I'm building out this timeline, and even though things aren't in order, because I'm just grabbing them as I find them, because of my little hat with the timestamp, I can sort when I'm done with each one of these decades, and I have a beautifully organized board. Now for the Corgi Magic, I'm exporting to a Google Doc, and in a single click, my timeline that I dragged and dropped and used the clipper to research is suddenly a beautifully formatted Google Doc in outline format. I can jump from decade to decade. All of my links are here. Here's my beautiful biblio, and I can close that at any time because Corgi, of course, has also foldered that export to my Drive folder for me. All I need to do is get organized and go. I can also, of course, export to a Google Sheet. I can export to Google Slides. That would probably, a giant timeline to a slide deck might be too much, but certainly for smaller presentations, being able to take any Corgi board and transform it into a formatted file is an incredible time saver. So you can see the hours you're going to save being able just to research as you go and have Corgi organize everything for you. And of course, being able to export it instantly into a file that you can share, you can present, or submit.